This is Mark the Meerkat suffering in for Des with the weekend review for July the 6th, 2015. Well, the markets were just kind of standing still today regarding this whole Greek situation. This is the 4th of July Independence Day weekend here in the U.S., and for me it stands for financial independence that we all share. Well, let's take a look at the numbers for today, then take a look at the context of the week, and then beyond that. First of all, the SPY just down 0.09%. Then we have the DIA down just 0.18%. The Qs were up 0.05%, and the small caps were down 1.1%. So they got hit today, while the others just kind of stayed steady. Bank was down 1.3%. Again, all this unsettledness regarding the banking in Europe and the Greece situation. Then we've got the volatility was back up 6% here because all this unknown in the market over the weekend. Silver was up slightly, gold was about break even, and oil was down again 0.89%. And the TRIN was closed at 1.1 and just about neutral. And the dollar was down slightly. So basically just kind of marching time here until we find out what happens this weekend. Again, the Greeks are voting on Sunday on a referendum, and on Monday they're supposed to be meeting, and there's all kinds of rumors. Everybody says they'll either quit or go to Brussels, and it goes just a mess. So a lot of uncertainty. I have put hedging down on all of my longs just because I don't know what's going to happen this weekend. I just want to be protected. Let's take a look here at the charts themselves, and we'll first go to the SPY. On the daily chart here, again, we opened up and then we pulled down to just a smallly down today. Just kind of marching time, a much lower volume if you see here, and so we made the big drop this week, and then we just come up again. Only 4 trading days this week. Then we have the Dow Jones Industrials, and it had dipped down below its symmetrical triangle here going on, and now it's hitting its head on that and can't seem to get beyond it. The Qs have dropped down here, and now this is the lower support line here, and it's starting to come up, and it cannot break above that 100 moving average. And then we have the small caps here, which now we have a rising wedge here, and which it broke down from, and now bam, bam, and now bam, it went lower today. It broke below the 100 moving average. So small caps more bearish than the rest of the market. Now let's go to the weekly charts for each of those, starting with the SPY. Here's the weekly chart, and the thinner, lighter blue lines here, it's in a rising wedge here on the weekly charts, and it broke down this week. We are now below that rising wedge on the weekly candles. The dark ones are for the daily. And also take a look down here at the MACD. We already had recognized that we had a divergence down here as it got to as it tested its all-time highs here last week, and we definitely now have another peak there. Let's take a look at the DIA, and it too is in a rising wedge on the weekly chart, and it broke down here, and it is now underneath that support of the rising wedge, and it too has now its MACD. It had a higher swing high here, and it did not get higher on the MACD. So that does show bearishness here. And then we've got the Qs. Went up here and just about tested the highs of days last week, and then bam, broke down. It is below the rising wedge here of the weekly, and still it's in trouble, closing below the 20 moving average on the weekly chart. And then we have the Russell, which was more bullish than the others. Again, rising wedge here on the smaller lines here, going up. Bam, we closed well below it and up below the 20, and it too has divergence down here on the MACD, as all 4 markets do now, which simply signals that we may be at the end of this run. Could be a time for a correction. I think that just the Greek situation is just a little small catalyst for it, for some other underlying issues that we might have in the markets. This is Mark the Meerkat Suffering. Hey, would you like me to be your mentor? Yeah, Des and I are putting on a mentoring program in Las Vegas. It's going to be in July. If you want to know more information about that, go to groktrade.com. That's right, groktrade.com, and go to the education page right here. And here's the overall education page, and we do have a series of programs. We have the 101, which is free training that you can go through to introduce you to trading. We have the 201 trading course, which is online, and you can take that. And then here's the one that we want to talk about, the 301 mentoring program. Again, you can click here and learn more, and it takes you to the 301 mentoring page. And as I talked about yesterday, we have the this is the what's in the program right here, and then over here is where you can fill out the information and hit submit, so Carolina can contact you and kind of walk you through the process to see if this is going to be appropriate for you, if it could help your trading. And again, don't take our word for it. Here's a bunch of unedited testimonials that you can look at, and down here as well, so feel free to view those as well. Now, here's the deal. It's a double deal, folks. First of all, if you come out to Vegas, we will pay for your airline ticket. That's right, up to $500. We'll write you a check for your airline ticket. And now here's the double deal. If you have a friend, could be a spouse, this could be a trading friend, you can bring them as a guest. And if they have attended the 101 course I just talked about and the 201 course, they can come to the 301 mentoring for free. That's right, 2 for 1. And we're going to pay for your airfare. I can't believe Des is allowing this, but hey, look, the more people we get out there, the better for all of us. So be sure that you sign up here. Again, if you're interested at all to talk to Carolina, just fill out that information, and we'd love to have you in Vegas. That is on July 25, 26, and 27. This is Mark the Meerkat Suffering. Just remember, how do you become a winning, consistent trader? 2 things. Step 1, develop a trading plan that works for you. And step 2, develop the discipline to follow it. Trade well.